Cleveland's coming off their first playoff win since 1994. But the AFC champs put an end to their magical ride. Get ready for a divisional round rematch in Week 1. It's the Browns and Chiefs, and it's next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. And he returns this to the 22. A first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. Butker's kick here is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Being chased out left. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And down he goes. They sank him back right around the 41-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Play fake. Mayfield. He's got a man. It's his fullback. That catch good for only a couple.
Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds, in the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. And these two continue to work so well together. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Maybe the best quarterback and tight end in the game today. 105 catches for Kelce last year. 2nd among NFL tight ends.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, That's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Yeah, he's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Last stop.
Mahomes takes it himself. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Mayfield now. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Mayfield on 1st down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And again, it's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Pringle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And Byron Pringle made the Chiefs roster undrafted out of Kansas State. Kind of been buried on the depth chart the last few years, but he's made some important catches when called upon.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
throwing again on second down. Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Jarvis Landry, helmet back on and ready to go.
Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
They go with Chubb on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku, and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Trucks over him, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Jarvis Landry now in his 4th year with Cleveland, a 5-time Pro Bowler. No one plays harder in the league, and he's only missed 1 game in 7 years. He does what he always does,
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A good rookie season for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but I do believe a lot of people thought that he would be more of a factor in the passing game for KC last year. Remember, he had 55 catches his final season at LSU. Wound up with only 36 as a rookie with the Chiefs. I expect that number to only go up. Remember, he missed a few games down the stretch with injury.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 29, Mahomes. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
Mahomes will throw for it.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Mayfield.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case,
and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And now here comes Kansas City. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. McKinnon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Handoff, it's McKinnon. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Burton. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A running play on first down will give 4 up to the 29.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Mayfield. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. McKinnon now going to try the left side. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chiefs, they begin their drive for a 3rd straight AFC title with a Week 1 victory. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.